All right, but first, a lot of ground to cover. Joining us now, the author of Clinton Cash, the president of the Government Accountability Institute, Peter Schweizer, Fox News legal analyst Greg Jarrett. I start on the legal side. She stole a primary. She funneled money into a law firm, both controlling the DNC and her funds, to pay for a phony dossier, and she now admits it. Crimes?
A lot of crimes. This would appear to be an elaborate, clever scheme by Hillary Clinton. The DNC was broke, so Hillary bails them out with $20 million, but in exchange, she gets the DNC to sign an agreement that she gets control over their finances, their strategy, their support. So then they go out on these joint fundraisers during the campaign. They raise up to $100 million. And here's the other deception. The states take their share, but immediately kick it to the DNC, which kicks their share and the state's share back to Hillary Clinton for her use. That could be a violation of 3 laws: campaign contribution limits, the finance reporting laws, and it looks to me like money laundering, illegally money being moved around to look legitimate.
I got to ask, where is... I've always liked Jeff Sessions. I am now at the limit. Where is he? What is he doing? Because there's so much crime, so many crimes. We have put the crimes in play on the screen that you have identified, and you've been a great lawyer, great investigator, great researcher. I don't see that the same attention and effort of known law-breaking is even being followed.
Nice man, Jeff Sessions, incompetent attorney general. I think he's being manipulated by Rod Rosenstein, his deputy attorney general. And I think he has recused himself so many times, the Trump-Russia case, anything related to Hillary, that now he is intimidated. Too intimidated to make the right legal move.
You know, when you wrote Clinton Cash, #1 New York Times bestseller, I'm proud we had the first interview. We put you on many times, Peter. I don't think we ever imagined this bad. But it's worse than bad. It's worse than this bad. Stealing an election, taking over the DNC, admitting to funding the phony Russian lies propaganda dossier. She funded the whole thing, either through her campaign or through the DNC she was controlling now. The whole thing. She's admitting the whole thing. Then the Uranium One deal. And, you know, everyone in the media says, well, Hannity, why are you talking about Clinton? Because we have a constitution, rule of law, equal justice under the law. Living by the same rules as the rest of us. They do whatever they want. They smash BlackBerries, they bleach bit subpoenaed emails, they delete emails, and then they get kickbacks for selling out America's security. This is not a game. This is not funny. And then poor Bernie Sanders, the sucker sap he is, he accepts all of this and says nothing. He covers it up for her. Your thoughts?
Yeah, no, you're right, Sean. I mean, look, the Clinton message has always been that, you know, the attacks on them are sort of from the right wing, vast right wing conspiracy. Can't say that about Donna Brazile. I mean, she was one of their most loyal lieutenants for a very long time.
She said she'd never take the job if she knew.
Yeah, yeah. And here's the thing, Sean. What do all of these scandals have in common? Money. The Clintons have been, since they've been in public life, going back to the days in Arkansas, they've been about controlling money, acquiring money, using money as a weapon, using money as a means to power. And they really are the one political machine left at the national level in American politics. I think they're under assault right now from the Obama team, from the Bernie Sanders supporters, but all of these things come together as it relates to the infrastructure of acquiring money and using money. And what they ran into in 2008 with Barack Obama and in 2016 were basically populist or popular campaigns that defeated their attempt by the nomination and the election in 2008 and 2016.
Let me go back to Greg. After all this talk about the dossier and all the denials, that's like on the Uranium One news we'll break in a minute. All denials, all lies. And she stole an election. And she says there's a difference between the dossier she funded, Russian lies, propaganda, misinformation, disinformation that was widespread to manipulate the American people, and she rigged an election, stole an election.
Well, she's right about that. There's a difference between her paying for the dossier and Trump-Russia so-called collusion, but not in the way she means. What she did appears to have been a crime. It's a crime to give money to a foreign national in a political campaign. That's what she did. It's not a crime for Donald Trump Jr. to talk to a Russian lawyer or George Papadopoulos to talk to a Russian during the campaign.
This is different. This isn't, oh, I've got information, do you want to hear it? This is, I'm paying for the false information.
Right. It's the exchange of money that the law prohibits. The Trump campaign, there's no evidence there was an exchange of money. It's not a crime to talk to a Russian, but Hillary Clinton, it could be a crime not only paying the money, but then hiding it by filing a false, misleading finance report.
And they funneled it through the same law firm, the whole thing.
Oh, yeah, Mark Elias, who represents not just as general counsel the DNC, he's also the lawyer for the Hillary Clinton campaign, and he represents the Podesta group, or the Podestas. Talk about a conflict of interest.
Let me go back to you, Peter Schweizer, because we have this new news on Uranium One. John Solomon, Sarah Carter are going to be here. I want to get your thoughts. Wow, because the number one excuse they have been using, it never left the United States. Well, first of all, we import uranium. The idea that we're going to give 20% of uranium to Putin never made sense. We don't have enough for ourselves. We have to bring in uranium to this country. Your reaction to that?
Yeah, no, that's exactly right. This is another devastating development in the Clinton narrative. And look, Sean, let's remember, who is Rosatom? Rosatom, the Russian state atomic agency, is not like our Department of Energy. Rosatom in Russia, it controls the Russian nuclear arsenal. It is involved in nuclear programs in Iran, North Korea, and elsewhere. So it's not a surprise. It's not a surprise that if you give them control of assets, they're not going to worry about export licenses or promises that they made to the Obama administration about what they were going to use with their uranium. It's just laughable. And there's another reason it needs to be investigated.
All right. Thank you both. Hillary